Oh, well, that got cut off. So I guess this will be part two. But I remember like they would want to tell me about like all these experiences, and I would know you haven't done all those experiences. Like I would know you're not used to eating at a place like this because if you did, you wouldn't be taking pictures of everything. I can tell you haven't been out with a guy like me because you're fascinated I can use chopsticks and don't need a fork. But the only reason I can use chopsticks like that is because like I spent time over in Asia when I was 23 years old and I put some time and effort into using them because the place where I was, there was no forks. So you had no other choice but to really learn if you wanted to eat and not look like a fool. But I had certain experiences that I couldn't, that another person can't fake. You know what I mean? It's like you can't fake speaking Spanish. You know what I mean? And okay, there's another one. I meet people down here in Colombia, like people from other countries, and they'll say that they know Spanish. And the moment they say they know Spanish, I will start speaking Spanish to them in paragraphs, and they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't understand what you're saying." And I'm like, man, I'll be honest with myself. If I was to give myself a grade of how much Spanish I actually know, I would probably be a 3, 4, or 5 year old kid. That's about how I can put sentences together, but I can't speak in complex subject matter. You know what I mean? I can't speak too complex. I would be like a three, like a late 3 year old. So let's just say a 4 year old. If I went to the doctor and a doctor's asking me medical questions, I'm gonna be able to give 4 year old answers in Spanish. If I'm being honest with myself. So when these people say, "Oh yeah, I know Spanish," and then they can't talk for 1 minute describing their life of where they're from, who they are, what they do, you know what I mean, how many kids they have, what they like to do for fun, what their job is, this, that, and the other, what the weather's like, what kind of food they want to eat. But they say they know Spanish. I know they're lying. And then like the way I'll try to bring to bring their truth into reality, I'll say something like, "Well, it sounds like I know a lot of Spanish. I know a lot of words." I was like, "But really, I'm speaking at about a 4 year old level. Like I want my Spanish to get better, but it'll just come in time." And I'm kind of telling them that, like, look, man, if I'm being honest, like, if you said my Spanish was great and I'm telling you I'm a 4 year old and you didn't understand what a 4 year old saying, I'm just telling you to take another evaluation and be honest with yourself. But that's where pride gets in. You know, if I could sum it up in the psychological terms of what the satanic matrix is, in the satanic matrix is really your ego. And that's where things like pride reside in. And those are really like stumbling blocks. Those are like blinders for your soul to where the truth you it may come through your eyes or through your ears, but the ego is the one that's blocking the ball, not letting the Holy Spirit score a touchdown to your soul. And that's how the one-eyed man remains king in your life. That's how Satan remains king in your life, because you're unwilling to humble yourself before God. And every thought that manifests, that tries to exalt itself higher than the knowledge of God, you're unwilling to be honest with yourself and bring it into captivity of Christ. That's the best way I can say it. Because if you're going to be honest with yourself about your personal observations in this world, your ego is going to get destroyed. Everybody's going to call you crazy, and most people want acceptance. But that is part of the journey of getting into where you know something that it doesn't matter what anybody says about you, to where you swam underwater to the other side of that pool so many times. There can be 1,000 people saying you can't make it. There is no way you can swim underwater to the other side, but you will jump in front of them and swim all the way there and all the way back underwater and get up and just look at them, because you have personal experience, and personal experience is something that can't be trumped, especially when you're dealing with Satan. So if I have any prayer for you, ask God to give you a personal experience that he is real. Ask God to explain something to you, to answer something you don't know. Ask God to show you something that you've never seen that it will increase your faith. Ask God to reveal something in your life. Ask God to show you how Satan works and reveal the matrix to you. Ask the Most High God to open your eyes. Ask him for something that gives you that type of knowing that you can't turn back from. There's more to this. There's more to this world. I was about to say there's more to this world than what a blind person thinks there is. I'm like, this world is just a fraction of what there really is. I'm like, man, this world is like nothing. How the Most High said, don't swear by nothing in heaven or nothing on earth because it's his footstool. I'm like, man, this earth. I'm like, until you see something in the spiritual realm, it's until you see the spiritual realm. Like, trust me, it's mind altering. It's life changing. You know what I mean? Like that dude on the movie The Matrix, Louis Cypher, how he was like, I just want to be blind again. I just want to go back into the Matrix. Like, trust me, I know exactly how he feels. Because once you've seen beyond the physical realm, there's no going back. No matter how life gets, no matter how hard Satan persecutes you, no matter if you lose your spiritual sight, you can't unsee what you've already seen. Even if the memories get doled out, you can't unsee it. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You can't unsee what you've already seen. It recalibrates your brain, and you will never be the same. Like, what is it? I think it's in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 at the bottom, where it's like the wisdom of God is the beginning of sorrows. You can never see this world the same. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I've never seen it the same. I try to have fun, and then for moments, the thoughts of the things that I have seen in the spirit realm, I'll kind of try to push them to the background. Like, they never go away, but I'll try to not put them into the equation, and I'll just try to enjoy certain things. But I always come back. I always come back to the things I've seen in the spirit and the things that I've known, and I've forever been changed, man. It's kind of like it's kind of like I know the purpose of it. I'm just not thoroughly pleased with the timing. Well, what do you mean by that, Ken? What do you mean you're not pleased with the timing? Like, when I had my end of the world vision, I saw all the way back to the days of Egypt and all the way forward to the end of the world. And that was almost 4.5 years ago. Like, I'd rather it be the end of the world. Like, after seeing all those things in the spiritual realm, you can't take anything seriously. Like, I can't even take, like, life seriously. Like, what am I going to do? Like, whoa, I want to make plans. I want to make plans in 10 years. I want to be here. I'm like, honestly, I didn't think there'd be a 4 years. And I still feel that way. Like, so I can't sit here and be honest with myself going, well, yeah, I'm a plan. And I was good in life at planning out goals and doing things. Like that's why I have, an undergrad in aeronautics, a master's in business. That's why I'm a certified pilot. That's why I've ran a successful business. That's why I got like stuff done. Because I know how to plan things and execute them. But knowing the things and the things that I've seen now, I don't have too much faith in 5 years from now. I don't have too much faith in 10 years from now. I don't have faith or desire because I know what this world really is. I know what the matrix is. I know what the satanic hamster wheel of slavery is. I know what the Babylon system is. I know what satanic deception is. I know what the pride of life is. I know what the cares of this world are. But that's all I got for this one. This is part two. I'm going to label them and put them up there. I'm not sure why this phone cut off in the middle of the video. I hate when it does that, and I got to put part one and part two on videos. But till next time, fam, stay equipped in the full armor of God, covered with the blood, filled with the Spirit, in the name of the Son and the power of the true living God. I'm KP, and I'm out. Peace.